Now, Sofi Technologies stock dropped by over 14% this past Friday. This was after they released or they announced their Q2 earnings results after market hours. I mean, so many investors expected this stock to beat or to thrash those analysts' expectations on their Q2 earnings results. But something that really caught my attention, which I believe ought to reduce the panic into those that invest into this stock, it was when the CEO of Sofi indicated that even though they missed the EPS, or even though their loss was wider than what analysts expected, they still maintain that by the end of 2021 their total revenue generated will still be 980 million US dollars, which that, my friend, is something which ought to encourage you to stay long into this stock and motivate you not to panic by what we just saw. In fact, I think, like I always tell you guys, instead of you panicking and selling a stock, you need to go and find out what caused that stock to report a negative earnings results, which is exactly one of the things that we'll be discussing on today's video. We will be checking as to why did Sofi Technologies reported a wider loss than what was expected by the analysts. So please do watch this video until the end, because on today's video, guys, we'll be looking a bit on those earnings results, but we'll be specifically focusing, or we'll shift our focus mainly to the reason why Sofi Technologies reported a wider loss than what it was expected, or than what so many analysts expected. Otherwise, please know that I'm not a professional financial advisor. All that I'll be sharing here are just my opinions, and if you seek professional financial advice, you already know what to do by now, and that is you need to go and consult the professionals. Otherwise, if you like the content that I'll be sharing with you on this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, and if you're new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that you don't miss on the good videos that we produce on this channel, giving you the updates on the stock that we follow on this channel. Otherwise, as I've said, the CEO of Sofi Technologies still maintains that they will generate a total revenue of around 980 million US dollars for the year 2021. And like I said, this still has to encourage you to stay long into this stock. Yes, we know that they reported a wider loss than what was expected, but after this video, guys, as I've said, I definitely believe that we will iron out, or you will be motivated yet again to take this drop that we saw, or that we witnessed Sofi Technologies dropping by, as an opportunity for you to add more positions into this company. Otherwise, to date, guys, Sofi Technologies, for the Q1 and Q2 earnings results, it has already passed, or it has already reported total revenues that are over 453 million US dollars. So when looking at the total revenues that Sofi Technologies has already reported for their Q1 and their Q2 of 2021, we can see, or you can see, that it is very possible that we will see Sofi getting to that target of reporting a total revenues of around 980 million US dollars as per their expectations. Though Sofi Technologies reported a wider loss than what analysts expected, another thing that really caught my attention, it was when the CEO indicated that they exceeded their financial expectations on this quarter, which is something that is truly amazing and ought to encourage you to stay long into this stock. So what one needs to ask themselves, or what you need to ask yourself, is that then if they exceeded this expectation, or their financial expectations on these Q2 earnings results, which they just reported on Thursday, then what really made them to report such a wider loss than that which was expected by the analysts? And yes, I also do agree with the CEO of Sofi Technologies when indicating that their financial expectations, or they exceeded their financial expectations for this quarter, because you remember that these Sofi Technologies analysts had anticipated that they will report a total revenue, or they expect them to report a total revenue of around 236.8 million US dollars. But on those Q2 earnings results, they reported a total revenue for the Q2 of 2021 of around 237.2 million US dollars, which is something that is truly amazing, and which is why I do agree that they exceeded their financial expectations, because they thrashed the total revenue that analysts were expecting, which is something that is also positive from those earnings results, and which is also something that is making even the CEO of Sofi Technologies indicating that they surpassed or they exceeded their revenue or total revenue generated for the quarter's expectations. Now, before we go to the reasons why their loss was wider than that which was expected by the analyst, this company or the CEO of Sofi Technologies indicated that for the upcoming Q3 earnings results, they expect to report total revenues of between 245 to 255 million US dollars, which is something that is truly amazing and ought to encourage you to look further into this stock, because guys, it simply means that even for the upcoming Q3 earnings results, they expect to report way better earnings results than the results that they reported for this quarter, which is something that is truly amazing and ought to encourage you to not lose temper with this stock, because it is set to do very well. Otherwise, another thing which I took from those earnings results, it was when Sofi indicated, or when I read that Sofi for this Q2 they reported 113% year over year, which now takes them to total membership of around or of over 2.6 million members, which is something that is truly amazing, because you remember that for the Q1 of 2021, this company was sitting at around a membership of around 2.2 million. Now, to see them just in a space of 3 months of reporting a membership growth of over 400,000 members, it's something that is also truly amazing and ought to show you the kind of demand that this company offers to consumers, which is why we're seeing such a good growth even in terms of the membership that they're attracting to the company. I mean, same with their total products growth. They reported on this Q2 earnings results a total products sold of around 3.7 million, which is a 123% increase year over year, which is something again which must show you the good things that this company is achieving, irregardless of these wider earnings they reported. Otherwise, coming to what really happened or what really caused Sofi Technologies to report a wider loss than that which was expected by the analyst, we read that this huge loss was attributed to the adjustment relating to the attribution of their 1.2 billion cash and the stock acquisition of their payment platform Galileo back in April of 2020. So Sofi Technologies remeasured its valuation relating to or in connection to their Galileo acquisitions, and it ended up decreasing their valuation by 99.8 million US dollars. So Sofi Technologies remeasured its valuation in connection with their acquisition of Galileo in 2020, and it ended up decreasing their valuation by around 99.8 million US dollars. So this is one of the things that seriously impacted their loss to be wider than that which was expected by the analysts. So yes guys, the reason why Sofi Technologies reported a wider loss than what was expected by many analysts, it was for the fact, or it was in connections with the valuation, which they after they had remeasured the Galileo acquisition, it decreased the valuation by over 99 million US dollars, which is something that you must know. This is important because then this shows you that it's not because probably mismanagement of funds or all those kind of things, but it's for the fact that after remeasuring their valuation in connection with their Galileo acquisitions, valuation decreased by 99.8 million US dollars, which is why we saw their loss becoming wider than what many analysts expected. Yes, they missed the EPS as per the analysts' expectations, but one thing for sure is that Sofi Technologies is still a very good stock with some good strong fundamentals, because you remember that this coming November, as I've already been telling you, we are expecting them to get a feedback from their bank charter which they applied, which if that is approved, my friends, then it's lights out for this stock. We can expect them to generate even more revenue in the coming quarters after that approval, which is something that must encourage you to stay long into this stock. I mean, you remember that the Sofi Technologies is becoming a one-stop shop for all things relating to digital banking, which is something that is truly amazing and ought to continue to motivate you to stay long into this stock, because in the Sofi platform you can do everything from banking, from saving, from investing, from trading. You can do almost all things in that single platform, which is, I believe, the reason why we are seeing so many consumers wanting or coming to join in and use that Sofi platform. So Sofi Technologies is still a very good long-term stock, which I believe it's going to give you some good returns. So irregardless of them missing the EPS, this stock is set to do very well. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I make tons and tons of stock market investing videos, and if you think that this video was amazing, please don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on the notification bell so that YouTube can notify you every time I release a video. Otherwise, guys, as I've said, I believe that this is a stock that is set to do very well. But like I always tell you, please go out there and do your own due diligence and see if you could add this stock to your portfolio. And to those that already have this stock in their portfolio, also go and see if you can add more holdings into this stock, because like now I certainly believe that it's trading at some good price, which will result in you getting or enjoying the good returns that it will or it might give to some of the investors out there. Otherwise, guys, that's all from me, and God bless you all.